We are here with Oscar nominee Michelle Williams. She's back on Broadway, starring in the critically acclaimed two-person show Blackbird. For 80 gut-wrenching minutes, she squares off against Jeff Daniels as their characters see each other for the first time in 15 years following a highly illicit affair. Michelle, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I tried to set the scene a little bit. The first word of the play is shock. And that's as good a word as any to describe what will then follow.
It is. It really is. It sets the play up perfectly.
It's a two-person show. It's 80 minutes, as we mentioned. There's nowhere to hide. There's no intermission. There's no scene where the dancing people come out.
No.
It sounds incredibly intense.
The amazing thing about it is that once it gets started, you don't really, there is no time to stop and think or to second guess yourself, or it's just a train and it takes off and it leaves the station and you don't have a choice but to hang on.
Jeff Daniels calls it a soul scorcher. Well, who wouldn't want to sign up for that?
I don't know what it, I have a strange affection for things that are of that nature.
How are you handling doing this, as I said, 80-minute show, 8 shows a week, day after day? It has to be incredibly grueling.
It is, but I find it also so rewarding. It's a beautiful play. It's a perfect piece of material. And any time that your life has an opportunity to intersect with something as great as this, like, I think it's a real honor to be able to say yes and to take it on. And I do, and I love working hard. It's the number one thing that I'm attracted to in roles.
We know
it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, you've taken on difficult roles, certainly in films as well. I think about Brokeback Mountain or My Week with Marilyn. Do you have a preference now between the stage and doing films?
I love how much I'm learning on stage, and I love how, and it applies to film, and I love that there's really no way out of it. You know, you can't stop in the middle of it. You can't say, oh, I messed up my lines, or can I have another take? Or you really have to become so dependent on yourself and so focused, and I really like asking that of myself. I like setting that task in front of myself.
Do you find that the show is different every night, even if the lines are the same?
It really is. I mean, Jeff and I will come off stage and say, like, wow, like, you really went somewhere else, and then I followed you, and you just catch these little waves all the time, and then you find, like, a different way into shore. It keeps it exciting, and because we do it a lot, and it's just the two of us, I think, like, we have a responsibility to each other to keep it fresh and to keep it interesting, so that we're not looking at each other like, oh, you again tonight.
Exactly, that old same thing. Chicken for dinner again.
Yeah.
I make it sound so grueling, and it is, but you have a life. You have your daughter. She's 10. What do you get to do on your free time? Do you get to have fun? How's she doing?
She's the light of my life.
Yeah,
she's the best.
People have been talking, by the way, about a Dawson's Creek reunion, which I don't know how you feel about, but also, how would your character come back? Yes, I know. I think we lost you at the end.
You would either I would have to come back as a ghost or put, like, a lot of filters on the camera, and I'll do flashback scenes. I've heard, like, I think it's a fun thing to sort of imagine. I like imagining it, but I haven't really heard anybody say anything, like, actually serious about that happening.
If it did, maybe there could be, like, a flashback or something.
We make little Dawson's Creek reunions. Sometimes I'll see Mary Beth Peel, who played my Grams, and Busy, and we have, like, little mini reunions, but I guess they're sort of private.
Michelle Williams, thank you so much. An extraordinary play, and I should mention that Blackbird is on Broadway through June 11th.